It goes without saying that the mobile phone industry has evolved immensely over the past 2 decades. From the first feature phones with tiny screens to today's powerful smartphones, the transformation has been nothing short of revolutionary. But along the way, there have been some spectacular failures. Devices so poorly designed or mismanaged that they've gone down in history as cautionary tales. Some of these phones drained billions of dollars from their parent companies. Others were laughed out of the market for their bizarre looks, and at least one landed its founder in jail for fraud. Today, let's revisit some of the most infamous disasters in the history of mobile phones. Back in 2011, rumors spread that Amazon was working on a smartphone. With Jeff Bezos directly involved, expectations were sky high. The idea seemed solid: an Amazon phone priced aggressively, tied into the company's ecosystem. Many thought it could become a serious rival to the iPhone and Android. But when the Amazon Fire Phone launched in 2014, it cost $650, right in line with Apple and Samsung's flagships. Unfortunately, it didn't have Google Apps. Its Android ecosystem was incomplete, and performance was sluggish. The only standout feature was its 5 front-facing cameras, which tracked your head and created 3D-like effects. While novel, it wasn't useful. The Fire Phone flopped in just 3 months, forcing Amazon to write off a staggering $170 million. In the early 2000s, portable gaming was exploding. Nokia saw an opportunity and released the N-Gage, a phone that doubled as a handheld console. On paper, it sounded like a winner. In reality, it was neither a good phone nor a good gaming device. Its infamous side-talking design required you to hold it sideways against your head to make a call, something that instantly became a joke. To make matters worse, Nokia inflated its sales numbers, claiming 400,000 units sold in the first 2 weeks. The actual figure? Around 6,000. By 2005, the N-Gage was quietly discontinued. Imagine buying a brand new smartphone for only $4. That was the promise of the Freedom 251, launched by Indian startup Ringing Bells in 2016. The plan attracted massive attention, and pre-orders flooded in. The company even tied its marketing to India's Digital India initiative, hoping for government backing. But the math never worked. Manufacturing each unit cost more than the sale price, and the supposed made-in-India devices turned out to be cheap Chinese phones with the original branding covered in white paint. Pre-orders were never fulfilled, and the project collapsed. Its founder, Mohit Goel, was eventually arrested for fraud. What began as a dream of affordable connectivity ended up being remembered as a textbook Ponzi scheme. In 2004, Korean company Telson attempted to revolutionize communication with the TWC-1150, a phone strapped to your wrist like a sci-fi gadget. It looked futuristic, almost like something out of the Jetsons. Unfortunately, the reality was far less practical. Holding your arm up to your ear for phone calls quickly proved ridiculous, and the chunky design turned most people away. It's remembered today more as a curiosity than a breakthrough. Bang & Olufsen is a name synonymous with premium audio design. In 2005, they partnered with Samsung to release the Serene, a high-end phone costing around $2,000. It featured a unique motorized hinge and an iPod-style scroll wheel. But its design choices made basic tasks awkward, like taking photos, since the camera was hidden in the hinge. Despite the luxury branding, the Serene sold poorly. Today, it's more of a collector's item than a piece of functional tech. Years before foldables became mainstream, Kyocera tried something bold in 2011. A dual-screen phone called the Echo. Each of its two 3.5-inch displays could run separate apps or stretch one app across both screens. It was ahead of its time, But the technology wasn't ready. The phone was bulky, slow, and plagued with poor battery life. The massive seam between the two screens made the experience clunky, and software support was minimal. While modern dual-screen and foldable phones have improved dramatically, the Echo serves as an early example of innovation arriving before its time. In 2012, Samsung launched the Galaxy Beam, a smartphone with a built-in projector. At first it seemed like a gimmick, but surprisingly, reviewers found it useful for watching movies or giving presentations. Still, the projector drained the battery and didn't justify the extra bulk. While it worked better than many expected, it quickly faded into obscurity, remembered more as a novelty than a mainstream success. Red is a legendary name in the world of cinema cameras, with its equipment used on blockbuster films and Netflix shows. So when Red announced a smartphone in 2017, people expected something revolutionary. Instead, the Hydrogen One became infamous. Its main selling point was a glasses-free holographic 3D display, but the execution was poor. The screen was dim, the phone was bulky, the camera underwhelming, and the price tag, $1,300, was astronomical. Red promised modular add-ons to expand the phone's capabilities, but they never arrived. Within 2 years, the phone's value had plummeted, and it quietly disappeared from the market. Finally, we come to perhaps the biggest mobile flop of all time. In 2010, Microsoft launched the Kin, a pair of phones aimed at teenagers obsessed with social media. The problem? The phones didn't support apps, yet still required expensive data plans. The hardware was underpowered, the interface clunky, and the marketing painfully out of touch. Worse, Microsoft's internal teams were divided, one working on Kin, the other on the upcoming Windows Phone platform. The Kin was quickly abandoned after just 48 days on the market. Microsoft had sunk over $1 billion into development, making it one of the costliest failures in tech history. Samsung Galaxy Note 7, 2016. Famous for batteries that overheated and even exploded, leading to a global recall and flight bans. Nokia 7, 280, 2005. The lipstick phone with no keypad, requiring a scroll wheel for dialing. Iconic in looks, but awful in usability. C999, Starphone, 2009. A bizarre star-shaped device from China, visually striking but completely impractical. Golden Buddha. Phone, a Chinese handset with a 24-karat gold exterior and a $1,750 price tag. More jewelry than phone. The history of mobile phones isn't just about breakthroughs like the iPhone or Android. It's also about wild missteps, bizarre experiments, and cautionary tales of hubris. From Amazon's Fire Phone to Microsoft's billion-dollar Kin disaster, these stories remind us that even the biggest tech giants can stumble. And sometimes, it's the strangest ideas, the $4 phone scam, the projector phone, or the Golden Buddha, that are remembered most vividly. Which of these disasters do you think was the worst? Let me know your pick, and if you'd like more deep dives into the forgotten side of tech history, stay tuned for the next episode.